Good evening, Central Indiana, and welcome to Porch Time live from JTH Construction Studio, where tonight we have Lita Walmsley and Bethany Latham joining us. Lita's got some very interesting information for us, and some things coming up that they want us to get involved with, and you guys to get involved with. But first, as always, I need to talk about my sponsors because they keep me on air. What's up, Maryland? Hello, there's Beth. Hello, CB. Bound for Florida, almost. Mike Minty, how you doing, sir? Once again, we're live at JTH Construction Studio. Get a hold of Joe for all your construction needs. 765-913-8599. American Basement Solutions, Mr. Larry Ralph Sr., 1-877-409-2837. You won't find a better man than that guy right there. If you have anything going on with your crawl space or foundation, get a hold of Larry. Fathom Real Estate, Terese Messmer, 765-341-8911. Wellspring, Bob Goodrum, 765-346-6661. Wayman's Furniture, Appliance, and Mattress, 765-342-4339. Get a hold of Mark. Stid's Comfort Systems, get a hold of Caleb Stid at 765-346-0195. Logan's Cosmos, 765-318-3388. The Yard Barber, Andrew Payton, 765-318-4108. He's always posting pics of his work. Tommy Walls at Livewire, 765-792-4012. Let's not forget our gals down at Hometown Nutrition, 765-315-0738. Boosted teas, protein shakes, and all sorts of yummy stuff. All right. Hello, Wendy. Like and share this, folks, because this is a very interesting topic. How are we doing tonight, ladies?
Great.
Lede. Did I mess it up?
Lita.
See, I already told you I would. Lita.
Hey, got it out of the way, right?
Yeah. Lita, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. You nervous?
Always, yes.
You shouldn't be. Just talk. We had a good discussion off air. This is no different. Just let go and talk about things we did earlier and just be yourself, because I know this is from the heart. You and your mom, who's off camera. Mm-hmm. This means a lot to you guys. Absolutely. And you have Ronli Ratliff Memorial Fund Cornhole Tournament coming up. But we'll get to that momentarily. I want to know a little bit about you guys, where you're from, and what do you do?
Sure. So we are from Mooresville. I'm born and raised Mooresville.
I'm sorry.
Right. We've already been through that.
Right.
I work for the Morgan County Economic Development Corporation. I've been there for about 7 years now. So it's one of those things where I feel like I still don't know what I do on a daily basis, but I'm learning something new every day, you know? About the time I think I figured out what I do, then it changes on me. We've talked about that many times. Yeah. But yeah, so my mom works with Duke Energy, and like I said, she's off screen, but she is here with me today to talk about Ronli and the new initiative that we've put into place to try to honor her memory. With Ronli is my sister, and it will be 20 years ago in April of 2024 that she passed away. She was murdered in our family home on Dayhuff Road. And so after 20 years of resistance and little answers, we've decided that it's time for a new approach on things and a new way to have these conversations and spread awareness about her case. Obviously, it's not an easy conversation to bring up to anybody, so this was kind of our way of being able to do that in a easier way, I guess, for lack of a better term of that.
Now you've kept quiet, right, wrong, or indifferent since day one of this, pretty much.
For the most part, and with that, like obviously everybody grieves in their own way, and we've never been silent about Ronli. In our house, she has always been a part of our family, continuing, and it's kind of something I've been thinking about a lot lately. It's weird because she was 24 when she passed, and I am now 30. But over the years, to think that I have now surpassed her in age is a strange thought to me, because she has aged with us. Like, it is a constant conversation with my mom, with my siblings about like, Ronli would say this, Ronli would tell us to do this, and our kids all know Aunt Ronli.
Never let her spirit
absolutely
go.
100%.
Yeah.
So the more that things have come about lately, we're like, well, maybe we have been kind of selfish about the way we've gone about things. Every year since her death, we have celebrated her birthday with getting ice cream together And like she loved ice cream cake, so we always go to Dairy Queen and we get our ice cream cake and we
I'm
all
with her on
celebrate
that.
together,
I can-
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
so
kidding.
these are things that we have always continued to do to celebrate her life, and have always tried to really honor her life rather than overshadowing with her death. So this is an extension of that, of honoring her life and celebrating together, making new memories in her name, and keeping her name out there in a positive and impactful way. So we started this fund. It was founded by my mom, Sandy Allen, Ronli's mom, and Ronli's dad, Ron Ratliff. And as a group, it's family, loved ones, friends, anyone that's willing to participate in doing that and moving this forward.
Well, personally, I think you're extremely brave, and you're honoring her in a great way by doing what you're doing now. Not that wasn't great what you did before, but clearly you've turned the page and you're ready to.
Mm-hmm.
We won't get into it unless you want to, but there could be another show, a follow-up show to this, where you want to put light on the entire topic. And maybe that's down the road. That's entirely up to you. We've talked off air.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm honored to have you guys in here, especially for this, because this is not. I've done 30 shows on drug abuse and doctors, and this is not an everyday show. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a cornhole tournament, yes, and you're raising money for something, but it's so much deeper than that.
Absolutely.
And you can see it on your guys' face. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I don't want you to be nervous. I think this is awesome. This is something that needed to be done. One of the things, and I'm getting kind of off topic here. One of the things that, hello Kenny, hello Keaton. One of the things that I feel blessed with because of this, that I had no clue was going to transpire when I started this, was some of the people that I get to meet. I would have never met you guys.
Right.
I met her before that, but that was pot luck. But she's an awesome
Bad
individual
luck,
too.
we don't know.
Right.
I'm grateful
But-
for her.
right.
She keeps me in line a lot, and I've only known her for 9 months.
She's an amazing person, but I would have never met you guys. I didn't even know anything about this story.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
for
the point.
those that want to look into it, we may open that up later on. But this is good stuff. This is to get it out, to get it open. I couldn't imagine. I've got a brother right now, and prayers to him. He's right now. He works for Sheriff's Department. He's up in Indianapolis getting chemo. He's hooked up. It's a big night for him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on my mind. And
Right.
then you come in with this. I'm like, holy cow. Could you imagine,
Everybody bears weight.
oh yeah, your
Yeah.
weight's a little heavier than mine. You know what I
Everybody's
mean?
weight is equal to them.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I hope not. I don't want this on me. But anyway, we're here to talk about the Memorial Fund, and it's a cornhole tournament coming up on Saturday, October 7th. Tell us a little bit about that, where it's at, and what can we do to help. Look at this, Beth. They're like
I
squared
know.
away.
Yeah, they're better than
They're
we
better
are.
than us. So.
Yeah.
I'm a list person.
It's all her.
So yes.
Can we hire her as a
Right?
Hey, you never
There's a
know.
lot of volunteer opportunities.
And we've already connected. Well, I love what you do at work. We've already
Oh,
discussed
yes.
that off.
We'll have plenty of conversation, I'm sure. Yes. But I do want to go ahead and thank you again for having us here. As I told you, this is
It's our
the first
pleasure.
time anyone has ever reached out to us to speak about Ronli. Mom's spoken, I think, one news article over the last 20 years, but all the podcasts and everything, no one's ever reached out to us, despite what may have been said in the podcast, but we've not been contacted. So I do really appreciate this opportunity.
Well, Beth brought it to our attention. Like everything, there's three of us, and we throw it out there, and there could be arguments and fights and disagreements, but normally we agree to either do it or disagree not to do it. You know what I mean? Or agree not to do it.
Mhm.
Yours was pretty simple when she brought it out.
Thank
I was
you.
like, I never heard of this.
Right, that's the whole point. That's what we're here for.
Okay.
So, the cornhole. Sorry, I keep getting us sidetracked.
No. You go where you want to go.
You got
You
it.
know what I mean?
Yeah. So with the cornhole tournament, like you said, it will be on Saturday, October 7th. We have decided to host this first event ever for this. We just started the initiative in July, coming out of the gate running, hoping for the best. We will be at Old Town Waverly Park that day. I believe it's called the Mural Wall Gazebo, if I recall right. If you want to get technical, like I said, that's why I made the maps and
We should
and
have
all
had the lead on. We
things.
should have had the lead on for that because I'm sure she would know.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, her and Kenny have both been instrumental.
Oh my gosh.
And all the organizing, like you'll see on the map, the picnic tables and all the things. I went out just to kind of scope things out, and Kenny happened to be there working on the cabin.
I don't.
course,
I
of
think.
course.
I think he just stays there.
I think so
don't think
too.
he has a home.
He's definitely put the man hours in, but he's like, "Oh, you need this over here, and I'll make sure Valita gets that over there." I'm like, "Perfect, Kenny." So we are. Honestly, it's started out, and it is a cornhole tournament, but we have definitely added a lot of things to this cornhole tournament. So there will be something for everyone. You have no excuse not to come.
Kids play area, picnic tables, food truck, raffle tables, cornhole sets, beverages / bar. Just throwing that out there.
Something for everyone.
Bounce house. Can I go to the bar and then the bounce house?
Absolutely.
So
I think you just have to take your shoes off.
It may get worse than that. If we stop at shoes, we're good. So it sounds like you got a big. I'm jumping ahead, but I want to read into this at the raffle table. Currently included a Yeti cameo carryall.
Yeah, the
35
Yeti,
tote. Okay.
the big Yeti tote.
Custom made metal sign, a Mesa extra large tabletop, solo stove, and another solo stove Mesa, a wash bucket, card detailing kit, 1 dozen custom cookies, family photo session, Kate Spade crossbody purse. Yep. Tells you how I don't know anything about that. Bourbon basket.
I bet you know about that one.
We're in business now. 2 Y gift certificates, seasonal decor baskets, Helly Hansen apparel. Is that local?
That
or is that expensive stuff that I should know, like Gucci or something?
It's something like that, yeah.
Okay. Hello, Teresa. Sunglasses and alcohol basket. No, this is
we
different.
know our crowd.
Read the room. So there's a bourbon basket and an alcohol basket. And a lottery tree. What is that?
Something somebody's donated. I don't know.
Can I plant it in the backyard and it's going to grow scratch-offs for me?
I believe it is a basket of scratch-offs made to look like a beautiful tree.
That's awesome.
Courtesy of Fairway Mortgage.
Then
Nice. Thank you, Angie Turley.
Absolutely.
Oh, is that
Yes.
from Angie?
Yes.
Oh, boy. I'm surprised she's not on here yet. She's in Wisconsin, last I heard. Food options are Hickory Hills Barbecue, free popcorn. Beverage options are beer and wine, mixed drinks also. Oh, you got them all.
Come on.
You got them all. And then soft drinks, but yeah, whatever. That's for the kids.
We decided to provide the soft drinks for your Crown and Coke. And,
There you go.
It was strategic too. Don't worry.
But I mean, clearly you're making this a very fun day for a meaningful cause, though. You know what I mean? How many teams do you have as of yet?
So we started it off doing it as a team registration, and then per popular demand, we decided to change it into a blind draw. So now people are registering as individual players that will be randomly selected into teams. We currently only have 12 players registered. Of course, verbal assurance, many more coming, but that stresses me out. I need you all to pre-register.
Yep.
The better prepared I can be.
Yep. We go through that with our golf outing, and I put a lot
We
of
go
pressure
through
on
that
them.
with
I'm like,
everything.
Yes.
we're gonna sell out, and if you don't get it in, I'm not holding you a spot. So
Yeah, literally the day before the cutoff. Are you guys still taking registration? Yeah,
Right.
We've only been talking about it for 4 months.
Right.
sorry, sold
Yeah,
out.
and we're kind of in the works of a golf outing too, and the more that this goes on, and I have 12 registered, I'm
Thank you, Randa.
you guys are stressing me out.
Right?
Yes.
But no, I think it's still, regardless, it'll be a great day. Obviously, the more players we can get, the better. There will be cash prizes for the top 3 teams. We have prize sponsors that are assisting with that, but for the most part, the primary focus of this event coming out of the gate as our very first event, it's about the awareness. It's about spreading Ronli's name, just like how you were unaware of this before Bethany brought it to you. I mean, we've realized what we just assumed that people knew. Like, it's a small town. It's Morgan County. Everybody knows everybody. Well, that's not the case, and especially not 20 years later.
No.
So awareness is 100% our primary focus here. So registration fees are going back into those cash prizes. We've got the raffle table. We're doing a 50-50 drawing. Like, trying to give back as much as we can. We just want people to come out, celebrate with us, make new memories, and all in honor of Ronli.
That's magnificent. Do you want to get into sponsorship opportunities, or which way do you want to go now?
Yeah, we can. So we've done pretty well so far. I feel like for just getting started. Our primary one that I would say we have is the board sponsors for $100. Was you can receive your sign with your company logo, name for individuals, whatever you want on the sign, and we will put it out on the playing field with the cornhole sets. You know, ideally, assuming I can stay focused and not have squirrel moments all day long that day, I plan on doing some video coverage and all the things and helping promote those sponsors. And
stay away from the bar for
right.
the early part of the day.
Hey, they're there from 11 to 5, so I have
Right.
plenty of time.
About 4:30, then you can head over.
Right, absolutely. Yes. So we do have board sponsors where we can get you out on the cornhole playing field, make sure you're well seen. The prize sponsors we talked about, so those are $200 each to help assist with those prize monies and have your signs there in front of the championship teams whenever we award them with their prizes.
So that you have two remaining on
Yes.
the prize sponsors.
Yep. So we were doing 3 total. Jake's Body Shop was our first prize sponsor, so we're very grateful for them, Melissa Taylor. Our current board sponsors, we have Anderson Excavating and CRM Logistics. Shot Zone is one of our sponsors as well. They are our backup plan. They're our contingency plan on any inclement weather. So they have graciously offered to host
Ethan's a
us.
good dude.
Ethan,
Yeah, he's a
yes,
great guy.
absolutely.
He was in here with our big event we had, and we got to do something for him and his place down there because A, we don't want to lose it, and B, we want to help him out.
Yeah.
So.
You know, him and I actually joked today. We're like, we would much rather write like 10 essays than have to publicly speak. He said, absolutely. I said, it's okay. I'll take one for the team today. I'll make sure that we give you a good shout out. So,
is there a link for the tournament as well as, or even your Facebook page? Is that where you can send her?
yeah. Yeah, we have a Facebook page that you can find. There is also a website. Pretty much everything you can find as Ronli Ratliff Memorial Fund. So the website is www.ronliratliffmemorialfund.com. That's where you'll get some kind of general information on Ronli. If you scroll on down, there's an event section where then you can link to the cornhole tournament. Everything's kind of outlined there for what we have so far. Honestly, a lot of the information I'm going to tell you about tonight kind of came in and was solidified this morning, actually. So there's still some updating to do on the event, but you get the gist there. You can register for tickets. You can register for sponsorships. If you want to send a monetary donation for a raffle table item or anything like that, it can all be found right there on that website. You know, I feel like we've got a pretty good start here for the raffle table. I was very surprised on how much activity we got on that.
Do you want to, both ladies just asked, they got here, it got on late. Can you kind of rehash what this is all about and what it covers?
Yeah,
Because the cause is way more important than what you're paying for the tables and stuff. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yes. Yeah, so this is our first initiative to help spread awareness of Ronli Ratliff's murder cold case. That is a Morgan County cold case. It is going on 20 years come this April of 2024 of Ronli's death. We have realized over the last couple of years that not nearly the amount of people that we thought were aware of Ronli are. So, I mean, you know, as a small community, somebody knows something. And it's just a matter of us talking about it and getting the word back out again and starting those conversations. And of course, it's not an easy conversation for anybody to have or to begin. So this was kind of our way of starting that conversation again.
And you are
taking
her
initiative.
sister, and your mom is here with you.
Yes. Yep. Ronli
And
was
you
my
guys
sister.
have pretty much kept it quiet for different reasons over the past 20 years.
Right. Before this fund, I feel like really the only thing, say, relative to talk about would be the case.
Mm-hmm.
And for us, that is a very touchy subject, just because, you know, the more that is said publicly, the more that can be used against in a defense case. So, I mean, the last thing I want is to say something that could be used against her case and let somebody go free that should be
Right.
brought to justice. So, when it comes to details about the case or things that the detectives said or any of those type of conversations, we get very nervous, and it's not something that's easy to have. So instead of focusing on the details of the case, like that's the detectives area that they have a specific cold case team dedicated to Ronli, and we fully have faith in them to do their job, and they'll bring her to justice. So what we're focusing on is celebrating Ronli's life and making sure that she is never forgotten.
Right. And so this is your first big step.
Yep.
Ronli Ratliff Memorial Fund Cornhole Tournament, Saturday, October 7th up at Old Town Waverly Park. Lots of stuff going on there, and I imagine you'll see Valita and Kenny walking around that day. So.
Absolutely.
So the money that will be raised, what will it be used for?
Yes. So everything directly goes to fund the investigation. I do want to reiterate that the cold case team is completely volunteer. They're all volunteers.
Oh, wow.
So it all is directly for Ronli's case, whether that be for analysis or any of those type of initiatives, public awareness events, putting materials out to spread awareness.
Information, right.
Yes, thanks.
Flyers or
Right.
what have you, mailers.
Some of it does help with events. Most of pretty much everything for the cornhole tournament, the board has handled those costs up front. So, and the board, I should say too, is consisting of myself, Ronli's sister, her mother, Sandra Allen, her father, Ron Ratliff, her stepmother, Vina Ratliff, which we hate using that term. We don't do steps, halves, we are all family,
Sure.
But for sake of keeping it simple, then we also have our other sister, Robin Petro, Ronli's best friend, Larissa, and one of our other family members, Carmen Berry. So
It's a big crew.
yes,
I didn't know you and Carmen were actually family.
yes. Well,
No
yes.
wonder.
It's a grapevine.
It's hard,
but yes.
it's hard to keep those two apart. I'm telling you
it's
right
Morgan
now.
County. We're all
I
intertwined.
think that's the
somewhere.
hardest part about determining the board because, by nonprofit, your board has to be majority non-related members.
Can't do that in this county.
Right,
Yes.
we had to manipulate and use some of those loopholes there. But I mean, we've definitely had many more hands in this than just this board, but that is who founded this group and has got the initiative out. And I mean, like I said, all family, friends, loved ones that are willing to participate, they're in it.
So if I want to put a team in it, or if I want to register,
Mhm.
and even if I want to put a team in it, but they'd all have to pay by themselves, how much is it to register to play as an individual?
$10 per player
Mhm.
for you to register. We did offer same-day registration. Wondering if now that was... I'm just kidding. We made it a $15 same-day registration in hopes that you would all pre-register. So
Right.
$10 if you register online. Please do that.
I'd have made it like $25
I
day
know.
up because it's a
I told
pain.
you, I'm learning. We are learning,
Beth doesn't play that at the golf outing.
right?
No.
So I should have checked in with her first. Like,
Right.
I mean, Angie, goodness, the amount of phone calls that Angie's had to answer from me. I tell her, I was like, I need you to call in a favor here soon because this balance is just getting a little offhand. But so, like I said, we've definitely had a lot of help on the back end of everything, and just a matter of getting it going and getting it over with and seeing what we need to work out from there.
Okay, so let's say I win or finish in the top 3. What do we get? I'm being selfish here just for the cornhole tournament, but I know there's going to be people say, well, what do we win if we play?
Right, absolutely. So they are cash prizes. We are doing a 60-30-10 split. So based off of registration fees, whoever comes in, 60% to the champions, 30% to second place, 10 split to the third place winners. Cash prizes. And then, like I said, you've got the chance for the raffle tables. Everybody's welcome to participate in that. Players and anyone that's just attending is welcome. There will be a 50-50 drawing. And then we realized that everybody we know and trust with our kids will be there, so we should probably have something for the kids too. And so we got a bounce house.
Why not?
Right? It's a very informal.
Who's doing your bounce house, can I ask? Is that Nosy?
That's a great question.
You got one yet?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
I just don't remember his name.
Is it local?
I want to say he's local to Indy.
Oh, okay. Because we know a guy here that does that.
Oh.
Gotcha.
And
Well,
if you haven't got it yet, let me know.
Oh. I'll get the name for the next round.
If you haven't worked that out yet.
Because we definitely love to use our local people for sure.
Yeah, because hopefully he's giving you a good rate, is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
We'll talk off here.
Yeah. Trying to word that
Yeah,
carefully.
absolutely.
Because I know Mr. Sears would probably love to do this. So.
Great. Yeah, we've definitely started compiling our vendor list moving forward. I think like even the food truck vendor, I think I might have underestimated the demand for a good food truck.
Yes,
for
it's hard.
local. I was
It's
like,
hard to
oh,
find
okay. I'm like, they're like
You
booked
may
out
not
this
know
month.
it,
Yes.
that is the biggest draw to anything that goes. The 4th of July, they don't go to the park for the fireworks. They go for the food trucks.
Yeah, I mean once you do it that way, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Done this first. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
well, Hickory Hills isn't necessarily local, but I think they're pretty good. So
they're pretty good. I have had that before. They're good stuff. You have a ton. Do you do this? Is this what you do? Information overload?
Yes,
because this is what you do.
Yeah.
There's a ton of information on here.
Plus my 3 pages of notes here just to make sure I've got everything.
But it's from the heart with you.
Yes.
And so it means so much more to you, and so you're pouring everything into this, and that can be seen. Saturday, October 7th. I'm thinking. That's a little ways off.
That night is Hairbanger's Ball, but it'll be over with before then.
Yeah, we plan. So
Cedar Creek.
Check-in starts at 11 to get our teams registered. We'll have the food truck there available for that time. I believe they're planning on staying until about 1:32, probably depending on.
So it's over with mid-afternoon.
Yes, we have the bounce house and the bar service and everything is planned through 5, just to ensure that we have everything.
Right.
But we'll have 10 sets of cornhole boards, so I don't imagine the cornhole portion of this taking very long, and I didn't want anybody to hang around waiting or it to be a long drawn out process for anybody, so we plan on just getting there, having a good day, and hopefully it'll all run smoothly. Do
they still have the league out at Foxcliff, the Cornhole League?
Probably. I'm sure they do. It may not go on, you know what I mean? They might.
Well, I'm saying this might be a good place to put a flyer.
Sure. Right. Actually, yeah,
because Foxcliff has a cornhole league out there.
Okay.
And Doug always loves getting involved. Matter of fact, I didn't even know he was involved with Heroes Wildlife Adventures, the group we had in here the other night. That was one of the first people that replied to my post was Doug Mullen. Said, yeah, we're big with these guys. So, and I imagine he would love to help out here too. So. I think Beth's already texted him as we speak.
I know that Doug does so much for the community, let alone.
I forget, you know the same people that I do because of your position, which we admire. Beth didn't get to see that conversation, did she?
What did you do?
Nothing. I was good. I was behaving.
He just found out where I worked. It's fine.
No.
And then she was like, how do you know Beth?
Yeah.
Like, oh, boy. No. But she keeps us grounded. Saturday, October 7th, Old Town Waverly Park. Registration begins at 11. Lunch will follow. The cornhole tournament starts at 12:30. The Ronli Ratliff Memorial Fund Cornhole Tournament. If you do not know about this story or this going on here, I will be posting. Hopefully, I'll be taking these right off their Facebook page. You have these flyers?
Yes.
And posting them on our site tonight. It's an interesting read. I was just skimming through it before we came on air, and I as I told them, I knew nothing about this, and this may open up something different later on down the line if we want to continue with it. But right now, we're doing the first annual cornhole tournament. And you have sponsorship available opportunities also, don't you?
Yes, absolutely.
So if you want to get be a sponsor for one of the holes, or excuse me, holes. I'm thinking board sponsor, prize sponsor, beverage sponsor, vendor sponsor, or an in-kind donation. They have links to everything. They even got the little this little doogie. I don't know what they're called. QR codes. There's my brother Tim. How you doing, Tim?
So we made brochures. I tried to advertise for all tech levels. But and then with the vendors, you mentioned the vendor sponsors. So we do have 3 vendors so far prepared to come out with us that day. Binge Drinker Tumbler Company and more. So your custom tumblers.
Their name is Binge Drinker.
So she's my sister-in-law. Binge is her last name.
Oh,
so
that's not
Benge.
good.
So it was the perfect name. What else could you do if you're gonna make custom tumblers? Right. Your last name is Binge. You got to be a binge drinker, right?
That's my brother I was talking about when we first come on. He's currently getting his treatments right now, and he popped on here. I'm going to send him some of this information later because you said all that's volunteer work, isn't it?
Yes.
From the cold case group.
Yes. Yep. For the cold case, they have a team centered around Ronli's case. Everybody is volunteer. Most are retired. They have the eye agent, a local detective, a fire detective, for firefighter. And they've had a couple more come onto the team.
And this happened about the same time the Spire gal down in Bloomington disappeared?
I think
Yeah.
it was in 04.
Okay. I don't know what year that happened down there, but it's got to be close. So that's the Ronli Ratliff Memorial FBI agent. Yeah.
The other two vendors that we have coming as well are Love and Dreams Boutique, so stylish clothing and accessories, and Western Lux Aesthetics and Hat Bar. I have personally never seen a hat bar. I'm kind of interested to see what this is like.
Is that Monty? Monty's going to be there?
I think this is Brittany.
Oh.
What is the name of your group?
It's Western Lux Aesthetics and Hat Bar.
Oh, no.
Out of Clayton,
that's a different
Indiana.
hat
That's a
bar.
different one.
Oh, apparently it's a new thing.
We're going to
I
have
have not heard of it.
We got a friend of the show, and she just started doing that. So.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna have the hat bar, hair feathers, and then she says possibly some patriotic T-shirts and sweatshirts. She's out of Clayton, Indiana.
My brother must know a little bit because he did post that FBI. So
Yep.
Yeah.
it'll be
Yeah,
interesting.
they're a great group.
Yeah, he's one of a kind. Does a lot of the drug stuff. He's a warrant officer here in the county.
Okay.
So,
Sees
but
a lot of things.
he knows everybody from stem to stern in this county, and so hopefully he'll, he's up there going through it right now, and he's getting things.
So, yeah,
getting back on the street. So
right. Not to speak for the team, but I'm sure anybody that is involved with the sheriff's department and is willing to take a look at things with a new fresh set of eyes and
right
is a trusted individual, of course, already in the system, I'm sure that they would not mind any help.
Well, see, that's why I said it's very brave of you, because you guys have kept quiet and let the system do its thing. And you said it's a little selfish. I don't see that. Like you said, everybody grieves differently. But something was seriously pulling at you to do all this. I mean, you're really you kicked that door open.
Right. Well, it's like I said, I'm the baby of the family. Out of all of Ronli's siblings, I'm the youngest, so it was kind of, I don't know, in a sense of like everybody was waiting for me to grow up a little before we went a little too more into it. Yeah.
Move forward with it.
Yeah.
Well.
So here we are. We're grown and ready.
There are. There you go. You were just at the office last week.
Yeah.
They are hard at work on it. I believe they will resolve it.
I believe so too.
There you go.
And so did they. They, like I said, without saying too much, there is 100% hope, and it's just a matter of finding the right piece to the puzzle.
Right.
So hopefully these funds will help with that, and Morgan County officials have been instrumental in this case and continue to be so. So we are not saying that anybody's not doing their job or not helping enough. It's just there can never be enough help for something like this.
Right. And I'm going to hold this back up here. And the Ronli Ratliff Memorial Fund Cornhole Tournament. I don't know why that's a mouthful for me.
I know. There wasn't really any other way to put it either.
No, you did fine.
See, we try to always shorten it when we're talking to each other, the RRMF, and that doesn't sound any better.
There you go. There you go. Randa got it up there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Randa. Yeah, you don't want to start out with RRMF, and then because somebody's going to be offended with that. I guarantee it.
Yeah, that's only an internal use so far.
Right. Now it's on porch time. So that is Saturday, October 7th. Registration starts at 11 a.m. Food and lunch to follow, and then the rounds start at 12:30. They need teams. If you want to invest your money into something worthy of the cause and go out and have a good time. And then she's got a whole map of Waverly. And I'm sure Kenny would be like, hey, let me have that, because he'll use it for what do they have up there? About to say a little bit shortly after. What do they do?
They're doing the festival before.
Oh, is it before? That'd be next week then.
Yeah, I think so, the 23rd.
This week. This week's the Waverly Festival.
Is it this week? Man,
I know, time's been
this
flying.
year zip past.
Yes.
I don't even know what day it is half the time.
Right.
And that park itself is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't been up there until they forced me to get into a hot air balloon, and it drifted off forever. I don't know if you guys saw that story.
Lita did a bunch of work up there
You did?
I supervised a lot of work. I don't know that I can take claim on that day, but our group for MCLA did an amazing job. I showed up late and everybody was already in the group. I'm like, you guys are doing great.
Yeah. Somebody's
Keep up
got
the
to
great
lead.
work.
Somebody has to lead.
Well, Carmen brought her baby. Somebody had to watch the baby.
Well, link the Facebook page. There she goes.
She's on.
Rand is on it.
Thank you.
So Brandy and Valita and Beth and all these wonderful people are telling me about this event they have, and they got balloon rides. I'm like,
Oh, you're talking Waverly Festival again.
yeah, I don't want to get up
This was last year.
in a balloon or anything like that. No, I'm just not for it.
We will
They're
not
like,
have
no,
balloon
it's
rides.
easy. So I get there. I go to Cedar Creek. I announce Rob's band because he had asked me to do that. I get in my car and I drive to Waverly. And there's this hot air balloon that goes about 70 feet in the air.
70 feet.
And the basket is smaller than this table, and there's like 6 of us packed in there. They don't tell you that stuff. And then the drippings of the condensation.
Oh my god.
Am I wrong about that, though? Am I wrong about that?
I don't remember
You
that
know,
part.
I'm seeing a trend here that Bethany's really good at putting people into positions that they're not fully aware of what they're getting into.
No.
She made me go up on a
Hello.
pole and get dropped.
Whoa, what did she do to you? What? Now see?
For the Morgan County Leadership Academy. So, like I said, with the Waverly Town Park project, I came in a little late and I wasn't as hands-on as I would like to be. So when she asked for a quick volunteer the next round, I immediately raised my hand. Like,
Thinking you're a good
I've
step
got to.
up.
Yeah,
I
I've
said
gotta
it would be
step up.
extreme.
I missed
That's
that
all I
part.
had.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't think
you
she
didn't
said
hear me
that.
say that
No,
part?
I don't think you did.
She said that on her way there.
Yeah, right. It was.
You know.
It was a mental thought.
Yeah.
So I immediately raised my hand, like, okay, guys, I got this, and had no idea what it was. Well, it was me getting harnessed and tethered all the way up to the top of a telephone pole to have a team release me
About
for
four
a
and a
free
half
fall.
stories.
Yeah, I mean, I think I made it up that far, being the first one.
Yeah,
out,
you did.
but-
See, that's what she did to me. And
I
the
feel for
balloon,
you.
and then there's like 3 dudes holding the balloon on one, and they all weigh less than me. So I'm like, I'm adding up numbers in my head. There's 6 of us in this basket, and you 3 lightweights down there, not gonna be able. Then it's tied to a truck. It's literally tied to the front of a truck, and I'm like, this thing's gonna take off. So then the wind starts blowing, and I'm
So
like,
dramatic.
I'm being dead serious, and I'm like, what is that in my hair? And it's a condensation of the propane heater that you got this, this bed sheet with flame and propane, and in your wicker basket 70 feet in the sky. I'm like, what could go wrong? So then we try to land, and it doesn't land properly, and then finally they get us down. But they didn't let anybody else get in it after that because the wind was blowing too much. I was like, imagine that. So I can see her putting you in you're just going to bungee jump into the Grand Canyon. You'll be fine.
It's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
We've all done it.
Yeah. On paper.
I'm with you. I'm with you on this.
Yeah. She did get in the basket, though. I give her that.
She did not get harnessed up with
She made her kid. She made her kid get in the basket though too. She's like, if I'm going, you're going too. So, anyway, no hot air balloons there that day. But you have bounce houses. You have cornhole.
Absolutely.
You've got a bar.
We do.
You have all sorts of fun stuff. You've got delicious food, and all in the name of Ronli Ratliff, the Memorial Cornhole Tournament. This is to bring awareness to her passing 20 years ago.
Yep, 20 years come April 2024. So it was, she passed away in April 15th of 2004.
And this is a cold case that has yet been solved. Sheriff's Department and many others are working on it, as far as we know. And
Still open and 100%
as one of them
being
just said, they
investigated.
feel very confident that they're going to solve this
Yes.
and get it off the books and bring some closure to you and your family.
Mhm.
If there's any way we can help with that by doing this stuff for you and with you, we're all for it.
And I guess that is something we could note too is if anybody is familiar with this, has any information that they believe may not have been shared yet or anything, all of that information gets passed through the Crime Stoppers. So I think it's Central Indiana Crime Stoppers. You would pass your information to them. It immediately gets turned over to the cold case team, and they review it and go from there. Any tips that can come in, always helpful.
It's magnificent.
Mhm.
Let's hope that happens.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, are you going to have a team in the tournament? A cornhole team?
I do not think I personally will be able to that day. I'm a little bit of a control freak, I've been told. So I imagine I will probably be doing other things that day, but I've pushed
Have they built you a
everybody
tower
else.
yet and a megaphone?
I have Kenny working on it.
Uh,
Just kidding, we're not that extreme.
I'm calling Kitty when we're down here.
Right. But we will be prepared for cash, credit, all the things. You just got to come out.
See, that's important to know, because a lot of places I've gone to many things, events, and not had a dime to my name, and walked up and be like, "Oh, you don't take card? Nope, we only take cash."
Right.
Like I'll go over and rummage through the dumpster and get me
Right.
what's left over.
Now, of course, there will be a tip jar for the cash bar, but yeah, I mean, we'll have square readers charged and ready.
And all proceeds go to the fund, the memorial fund, and all that is to help solve this case.
Yes.
And all of logistics and paperwork and time and effort that is put into it by many folks, apparently.
Yes.
So,
yeah, we have a whole team.
so you did wonderful.
Thanks.
We're on 42 minutes you've been on air. Do you believe that?
A lot of it's us talking about Bethany. I'm just kidding. No, we really appreciate this opportunity. Like I said, it's not an option we've had before, so having the chance even just to come and get these jitters out for the first time in 20 years is kind of a good weight lifted.
You did
Thank
wonderful. I never noticed any jitters, honestly.
Thanks.
You were more nervous when you sat down than you are right now.
You're great at what you do.
Oh, whatever. God gave me a gift to talk, and that's I was wise enough to figure it out after 50 years. So,
Well, apparently I'm just really good at making flyers and commanding people on what I want them to do. So here I am too.
there's that control word again. I'm just throwing that out. Was she like this at Leadership Academy? Did she take charge of the class?
No.
Are you in the academy, or were you a student in the academy?
I am a student this year.
Yeah, she graduates next week.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah,
That's what.
Are you still the president, Brent Graham Poobah?
I'm the executive director.
Is that the head honcho?
I was gonna say she is our head honcho.
I was
That's
gonna
exactly what I was gonna say.
I was
Yes.
gonna say. She's like, I'm the executive director.
Kelly Collett is the board president this
Kelly
year.
is? Okay.
Bethany's the one in charge of yelling at me every time I try to talk when she's talking.
Does she
Because
have to be quiet?
she's always talking.
Sometimes
She can be
I'm
like
just
that.
networking.
She can be like that.
You know, our very first session, they came out with these characteristic or personality tests,
Yes.
and they claimed I was a D personality, a dominant personality. I was like, I don't think this is correct. I am controlling, but I am not dominant. I will happily
So
let
you're
everybody
like,
else.
I am not controlling.
Yes, that's pretty much how that went. Because then they all started calling on me like, "Well, you're a D personality. Why don't you tell us how you do?"
Oh, wow.
I'm just here.
They didn't miss that at all, did they?
But
One
everyone
year,
else had like 3 personalities. I only had the one.
I think her first year there, she was trying to make a splash, and she's like, "Hey, do you want to sponsor lunch for it?" And I was like, "Sure." In one ear, out the other, because we throw so much stuff at people. Don't understand. We get stuff all the time,
Oh,
like every day, every week, something different. You can read one of our texts, and there's probably 4 things on there now. We missed 3 of them, but I was like, "Sure." So like 4 months later, she's like, "Hey, you're supposed to order that pizza today for lunch for MCLA," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'll go pick it up. So I didn't. She does, and I mean, I could feel the phone gripping in her hand. But
Oh,
she went and got it and took care of it in the name of Porch Time. But
She always makes sure everybody comes through for sure.
She does not know how to quit or stop or lose. So, and that's a decent quality, I guess.
Having somebody that's on your side, making sure your stuff gets done. Absolutely.
She is a blessing for this community and the county.
100%.
And the only thing that, and you guys know this, you guys probably work together well. She gets a lot of irons in the fire. And we like try to pull them irons out, and there's more irons underneath there. So.
Right.
And I have a feeling you're the same way.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, Mama says yes.
Yeah. I
The
believe
inability to say no to things.
it. Isn't that bad though? That's
It
That's
feels
where you get the
great
jam.
until there's a lot.
till it's 11 o'clock at night and you're laying in your bed going, I got to do this and this tomorrow and this and this and
When
this.
you're literally dreaming about it.
Right.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then you wake up and I'm like, oh, it's fine. I got it. It's okay. Yeah, we're great. Everything's great.
See, the funny thing is when we do an event normally, I panic the day of, and I'll pace and walk and be like texting people, where you at, what we're going to do. And she's always the one, it'll be all right. This was like 3 events ago. We come in and we're doing our stuff, and I'm like, piece of cake.
Mm-hmm.
She comes in, what's going on? Oh my God. I'm like, what is, Corey's like,
We
why are you panicking, Beth?
Yeah, we
What is the deal?
Switched roles.
Yeah, because she's like, where's my stuff? Where do I was like, dude.
That's the rule. There can only be one panicking.
All right. One
Nobody else is allowed. Only
dramatic
one.
diva at a time in
Yes,
the building. And right now it's my
absolutely.
turn. All right. So
Yes, that's right. I mean, I'll panic up to that day, but then usually the day of, once I've got enough papers that I can't make any more papers to outline what I need to do, then I'm good.
But here's the beauty, especially something this important. Only you guys will know what's supposed to happen and when. Nobody else does. So if you miss a time or miss a date or you just roll with it and go,
that's my hope. But then I put so much on paper, I'm like, no, everybody knows.
Gotta cover your tracks. Gotta cover your tracks.
Wording is key.
Ronli Ratliff Memorial Fund Cornhole Tournament, Saturday, October 7th, Old Town Waverly Park. Registration begins at 11 with lunch to follow. And the first rounds of the tournament starts at 12:30. They need sponsors. They need players. The location is amazing. The cause is unbelievable. It's going to the Ronli Ratliff Memorial Fund, and it's the hopes to find out what happened and close this cold case and bring some closure for this family forever. So if you're interested, Rana has posted the site up there, and tonight I'll be sharing these on the community page and on LLC page. And if you're not doing anything on the 7th of October, go up there and check out Waverly Park. It's a beautiful location. I just remember I was traumatized running away from the balloon, that how pretty it was. So
And that was kind of one of the reasons we wanted to have it there is, it's the more that we go there, we take the kids to go play, and we just realized, it really is a beautiful place that we feel like is so underutilized.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Most people don't really know what has been done there over the last
Pretty amazing.
however many, 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Even just in that short period of time, the amount that has changed, it is a place worth going.
Valita and Kenny put a lot of work into that.
Absolutely, it
and
shows.
many others, but they kind of spearhead it.
Yeah.
So anyway, is there anything else you would like to discuss, cover, talk about? The floor is yours.
I think we've gone over. I mean, like I said, there's something there for everybody that day. We are definitely in need of some more players for cornhole, but if cornhole's not your thing, we're going to have great food. We've got beverages of all kinds. We're going to have the raffle tables, the 50-50 tables. There will be a bounce house for the kids. We're going to have a few vendors out for different, boutique style clothing. There's the hat bar. There's custom tumblers. I mean, there's something for everybody, and if nothing else, it's just a place to come, enjoy Old Town Waverly Park, and have a great afternoon.
Right.
And in the event that the weather is not as we hope it to be, then we've got our contingency plan set up with Shot Zone in Martinsville. They've been gracious enough to offer us that spot as our backup, and we're very grateful to Ethan.
That's awesome. Ethan's a great dude. And your main sponsors are Anderson Excavating, Jake's Body Shop, CRM Logistics, and Shot Zone, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I wanted to make sure I get those in for you one more time.
Yes, and then we have a couple individual sponsors, Mark and Paula Scott. They've contributed, longtime family friends. She's the Aunt Paula and Uncle Mark to us, so we are very grateful for their donations as well.
Well, good. Well, as I told you off air, and I'll tell it on air, if you ever want to come back in and sit down and discuss this in depth, the door's open when you're ready. Brave enough to do this, and I think it's a great cause, and hopefully it'll lead to closure.
Thank you. An opportunity we would certainly love to have. Yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe this will open the door for other people to have you come speak to them, and
And if there's anybody that's in a similar spot, we just hope that it gives them hope and faith in their own situations, and it's never too late to start.
Do you have a sign up or was there a sign up in Centerton or Brooklyn?
There have been signs up previously, but that is not associated with this specifically.
Okay. I thought I remember seeing one somewhere with this, and I was like, not this tournament, but
Great, yes.
Ronli.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, it just instantly registered. I was like, wait a minute, I think I've seen something like that.
Yeah, and that's the point, is just to continue those efforts and continue spreading Ronli's name, making sure everybody in the county is aware, and
You know what? Somebody knows something.
absolutely.
That's the thing. Somebody knows something. And normally if one person knows something, two people know something. And that's how this stuff's going to get solved.
Right. And, that's why putting her face on all the things, all we can do, because it triggers something. But we're just waiting to trigger the right moment, the right time, the right memory.
Well, you're off to a good start with this. And Saturday, October 7th, no guarantees that we're going to be there. She'll probably show anyway. But I'd like to be there and go live for a little bit, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. That'd be great.
That'd be fun. long as I don't have to get in a balloon or jump off a pole or
promise.
whatever you guys are doing.
I will get you a drink and get you in the bounce house. That's
I
the
was
best
gonna
I promise.
just take your shoes off and stop at the shoes. Stop the shoes, Kevin. That's enough. So,
For you, we might just let you keep your shoes on.
right. Beth, you got anything you want to add or say or talk about?
Nope. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Good. Glad you came. Glad that Bethany brought this to us because, like I said, I had never heard of it. Let us know when you're ready to come back in and talk. We will be there. One of us will probably be there on the 7th, if not 2 of us or 3 of us. October 7th, Saturday, before the big Hairbangers Ball.
That's right.
It's like a pregame. Go there.
Yeah.
Get a little.
There you go. Yeah.
So-
Absolutely.
Anyway, God bless you guys, both you and your family and everybody involved in this. And I hope that all your hope and your faith will get this closure for you guys.
We will prevail.
I fully believe that. When my brother says something like that out of the blue, he knows a little something, and he's got pretty strong convictions there. So
Thank you, and God bless him as well.
thank you, dear. All right, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Like and share this, push it out. It stays up forever. People sometimes forget. I missed a show. I'm like, it's there. You can punch it up and watch it at any given time. So this will be on as long as we have Facebook. It will be running. So
Perfect.
Saturday, October 7th, you get a chance to stop up there. Click on their site. I'll be posting on there tonight. Love you guys. Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can't believe it.
tomorrow's Friday. Wake up and put a smile on your face and get through the day. Love you guys. We will see you soon.